and system in PHP and MySQL. This is a very simple project. I will teach you how you can design the login form, sign up form, main page, and I will teach you how you can use PHP codes to secure your login and sign up system. So this is our project. I click on the login. This is a basically home page. Now you can see here this is a index.php file. I click on login, then this is another form, I mean single form. I click on sign up. This is a sign up form. First of all, we need to use sign up form to register the data, and I have used basically validation to check the empty fields and email, user, and many other things. First of all, I click on sign up, and then you can see here please fill in the blanks. For example, I write the invalid characters in the first name or last name. For example, I use #0 as if # parentheses and LE, and I use simple programmer. This is a basically email I use, and I use programmer as if, and I use password demo, login demo, right? And then I click to sign up. Please enter valid characters, right? So I use the basic character, for example Asif Ali, and I use admin and use programmer, and I use password login demo, and then I click to sign up, and you have successfully signed up. And I go to my database. Where is this is our user ID 1, username, last name, user email, and user name. And now you can see here the password has been incorrected. Okay, now another thing is, for example, anyone user enter the same username or same email, so they will show the error message. Let me show you how. As if I usually, and I use same email. First I check email, right, and I enter another username, login, I password 123456, and I click to sign up. Email already exists. Okay, then I use the basically same name, and I enter another email, for example admin@knowledge worldtuts.com. I just write the domain name, or I use the basically, okay, and I use the basically same username, programmer as if, and I use login. This is a password, this is a username. This username already available in the database. Now you can see here programmer as if. So I click to sign up now, right? This is all features included in the sign up form. Okay, the next step is I click on log on. Then I am able to use my username and email to log in the account. For example, I use username, and this is the password login demo, and I click to login. Okay, now this is another page, and now you can see a logout button appeared in the top of the corner. I click on the logout, and I go to again login form, and I use basically email. Which email I use? admin@onlineITtuts.com, and I use basically login demo. This is a password. Now guys, this is the all features login and user management system in PHP. So I will teach you how you can design the forms, navigations, and use PHP code to secure the login and user system. Okay guys, so first of all we need to design the basically forms and navigation etc. Okay guys, so first of all I go to my folders, I mean htdoc folder, and I will create basically folder login system demo. Inside this folder I will create another folder Bootstrap. I will use Bootstrap CSS classes to design the login form, navigation, and also sign up form. Okay, so I go to where is the login system CSS file. This is the Bootstrap CSS file. Copy that and go to the login system demo and paste her. And then the next step is I drag and drop the folder on the Visual Code editor, and I will create a index.php file and write the basic syntax HTML file, and this is our login system in PHP, and I will use link relation style sheet href and where is the okay, just a minute guys, I close that, set that, close it, and drag and drop the file out of the basically cut that, paste here. Okay, now just a minute, drag and drop. Okay, this is our just a minute, link and Bootstrap is a folder name, and inside the Bootstrap folder have a bootstrap.css file, bootstrap.css. I will check basically h3 h4 and check the Bootstrap working or not. Display for save that and open the browser and call localhost login system demo. That's working fine. Now the next step is I want to create a navigation bar. So first of all we will create a navigation bar. I write the nav class nav bar doc expand sm and then bg navbar doc. Okay, navbar doc bg doc, and that's it. Okay, write the div, send the class container. Inside the container I call the logo index.php 3 login system, and I use class navbar brand. That's it. Save it in the browser for the page. Okay, right, and I use basically margin top and bottom. No, that's not good. Okay, I will create a basically buttons in the right side, so I make a div and I will use collapse navbar collapse. Inside this div I write the basically UL tag, li tag, and anchor tag, and I use basically sign up. I think sign up. I just write login design dot php login, and inside the basically anchor tag I need to use button tag. No, I will use basically button style in the link tag. First I use login, copy that, paste it. We will use Bootstrap classes, and I change the basically second sign up design sign up. Okay, we will use Bootstrap classes like nav bar, and then class atom, and we will use class link. Okay, copy that, paste here, and copy the link classes class and paste here. That's it. Save it, open the browser for the page, right? Okay, I want to display the navigation but in the left side, so I use ML auto, right? But those are link. I will use Bootstrap classes like I change the basically classes btn outline white light. Save it and check it. That's great. Okay, copy that, paste here, refresh that. Okay, we need to use margin left 3, right? We need to create a login and sign up form, so I press Ctrl N, save the file, and I use login design design.php, and we'll create another file, sign up design.php. Okay, first of all we will create two files. The first file is basically header.php, and second file is basically footer.php. So before creating a header.php and footer.php, I want to display some content on the main index file. So I write the h4 and I call home page, and I just use display 4. Save it, open the browser for the page, right? But I want to display the text on the center, right? 25. This is our home page, right? This is the index.html file, okay, .php file. So I want to create header.php and footer.php. Why I create header.php and footer.php? Because I will use same files with another file like login.php, signup.php, and many other things. I will use the same file. So I cut the code and create a file, save the file for header.php, paste, save it, and I cut the basically this code and create a file footer.php, right? Close that, and inside the index dot require once header dot php, copy that, paste here, and change the basically footer.php. Save that, browser up with the page, right? Okay, just a minute. Copy the all files and close hero.php and footer.php file. Open the login form, login design.php, paste the code and remove the basically h4 tag, right? Save it, and I go to login system. I click on the basically first I write the text and change the login form. Okay, click to login. Okay, what is the name? Where is the hero.php? Login design. Save that. What is the name of the basically rename? Paste. Oh, just a minute, guys. This is a login. Okay, okay guys, login form, right? Okay guys, so the next step is I copy the whole files and go to sign up design and paste here, and I change the basically name sign up form sign up form, and I go to where is the header.php and I enter this page name sign up design.php. Save that and open the browser and refresh it. Okay, this is the home page, login page, sign up page, right? First of all, we will create a login form or design the login form. So guys, I go to my login form and I remove the text. First of all, I write the div and assign the class container. Inside the container I define the class row. Inside the row I define the class basically call lg6. Inside this div I write the class card and bg.bglight. okay, but before, okay, I will create basically a login form or design the login form, then I will teach you another thing. Okay, so bglight, inside this div I write div and I write the class card title bg primary text white. Inside this div I write the basically h3 login form. Okay, and I use class text center. After this div I write another div and send the class card body. Inside the card body I write the input fields and write the type text, name, user or email. I write the enter username or email and I use plus. Okay, just a minute, I just write the user name, just username. Okay, and I use placeholder. Okay, and I will use class form control. Okay, input field text password, name password and place holder just a minute, copy the attribute, paste here. Okay, and I use basically placeholder enter password, and I use class form control, save the file, open the browser, and this is our login form. We will set up it, don't worry. Okay, first of all I cut the input text field and call form action. I will create a basically login.php file, right, and paste the code inside the form div, right, and where is the card LG? Okay, I write the ML auto, just write the margin auto. I want to display the form in the center, right, center, and use in the card margin top 5, save it, right. Okay, and where is the basically, okay, here this is the basically, first I write the margin top bottom 5, save it, margin not padding, and I use margin top 3, 5, and I use margin top bottom, I think 2 is best for, okay. And now the next thing is basically I want to make a space between one and second input field, so I'll write the padding top bottom 3, say margin 2, okay, margin top bottom, sorry, okay, right name and text, okay, that's great. Now the next is I will create a button tag and login class btn login success, and I use name login, save it to the page. I use class mt3, why margin top, just a minute, okay, I think I use 3. Okay, this is our login form, and I want to change the background color, body background color, so I go to header.php and this is our body tag, and I use manual style background HCCC light gray, okay, save it with the page, right, this is our light gray, this is the index, this is a login form, and this is a sign up form. So guys, we have successfully designed the login form. We will create the same sign up form with the another page signup.php, right. So guys, I close header.php and copy the basically login design code like this, and go to the signup.php, paste code here, and I just change the input text fields. Okay, this is the first input text field, it means first name. I change the basically username, first name, last name, L name, okay, and I change the placeholder first name, copy it and paste the another input text field, last name, copy it, paste here. Third one is I think first name, last name and email. Okay, email, and this is the email. And fourth one is username. Okay, and I change the basically placeholder user name. And fourth is same is password. Okay, first name, second name, last name, first name, second last name, email, username, password, and final is button. And I change the button name sign up, and also change the sign up. Save it in the browser, refresh the page. Okay, this is sign up. I change the basically title. Okay, sign up form, save it and refresh the browser. Right guys, so we have successfully designed the navigation bar, login form, sign up form. Right, in the next video, this video sorry, I will teach you basically how you can design the basically database. Okay, 1 2 3, first name, second name, I check it. This is a previous database. I will create another database. Okay, I just check it. First name, last name, email, user ID, password. 1 2 3 4 5. Check it. 1 2 3 4 5. That's great. Okay guys, so first of all we will create a database. So I go to my PHP localhost PHP my admin. Alright, again localhost PHP my admin. This is a complete address, and I will create a new database and also tables. So I go to database, I write the database name, login. I just write the user system. This is my database. I click create, and I want to 1 2 3 4 5 6 columns, because I will use first column name is primary key identity, which used to generate the automatically unique numbers. So I write the table name is login, user login. Okay, and go. First column is ID, integer, auto increment. Okay, first name, I just write the F name, L name, email, user name, password, and I change the type varchar, and varchar. You can write the value 200, copy paste, paste. Okay, save it. Okay, our database name is user login and our table name is users. Okay, where is that? This is the old user system. This is not system, but this is only, you can say that system, right? Okay, this is a system. Okay, and our database table name is user login. Okay, so first of all I go to my code editor and this is our form. I write the include. This is I will create a basically folder includes, and I write the signup.php, and I create a folder includes. Inside this folder I create a file. First I write the file name connection.php. In this file I write the basic syntax of PHP. Before writing the syntax of PHP, I will use method post in the sign up form. Right, I close the another files. Okay, this is our connection file. First of all I write the con MySQLi underscore connect. First parameter is localhost, second is root, third is null, and fourth is your database name. Okay, user system. Okay, user system, I write the user system, and I call if not connect, I mean connection is not correct, and then display the die connection error, and concatenation sign I write the MySQLi error function, and I call con. You can call connection or not, no problem, but I remove it. Okay, remove it. Okay, and I will create another file signup.php inside the include folder. Now you can see it, right? First of all I call PHP, and I call basically requirements connection.php file, because I will use basically a database to store the data in the database. So I close the connection file, I don't need it. And this is our sign up form. I'm designing sign up form. First of all we will check up, we will check anyone user click on the sign up button, then I will create another process. For example I write if set $_post. If anyone user click on the sign up button, copy the sign up name, this is the button name, and paste here. If anyone user click on the button, then run on the if body, otherwise I use else. I call header function and call location /index.php, otherwise user will redirect on the main page, right? Inside the if body I call if again, and I call the empty method. I will check each input text field are empty or not, so I call the, where is the brackets? Okay, I call first name is empty. After the second last parenthesis I call or sign, and I copy the whole code, paste it, and I change the name. Okay, copy the code, paste, first name, last name, email. I use or sign, paste code, and username. I check it, basically I check it. Okay, username, that's great. And or sign, paste, and also password. I check it, password basically. Okay, small word. Okay, small. Then coming to the if body, otherwise else body. If the anyone input text field are empty, then call header location /, and I want to redirect with the sign up design.php file. This file is out of the include folder, so I use /sign okay, and I call sign up design dot php, and I will create super global variable, I mean get variable, I call empty. This is a basically variable, right? Okay, where is the problem? Header, location, sign up form. Okay, save it. Okay, that's great. So first of all, we will check sign up form. I go to my sign up form and I click on the, okay, another thing is, okay, I go to sign up design form, and after the card body, card title, this is a card title div. After this div, I call basically PHP code invalid. First I write the if is set $_get, and I call the variable like this empty, and paste here, and I come into the if body, and I will make a basically variable message, and I call the $_get, and I will get the empty field variable and assign the value r with this message variable, and after this I call message and assign the value, please fill in the blanks. Okay, and I close the PHP tag, and I will write the basic PHP tag. Okay, inside this body section, if body section, I write the div, and I call class alert danger, inside this div I call PHP tag, and I call echo this message. Okay, and I will use another classes like text center. Okay, save it and check it basically. Okay, please fill in the blanks. This is our first security purpose, this is the first validation. Okay guys, so next is I go to signup.php file. Inside the else statement, in the else statement we will get the each input text field data. Before getting the data, I check it, I just change the basically I set up the name empty. This is the basically invalid. Copy that and go to paste it. That's perfect. Okay, so first of all I write the variable and enter the variable name, for example fname, and I will get the data from input text field. So I use $_post single quotation. In the single quotation you need to get the enter the name of the input text field. Okay, and write the terminator sign. But this is not secure. Why? Because anyone user will write the code in the input text field and also write the query to delete the basically your database table and update the database table. Anything else, they are used invalid knowledge invalid code to remove your database table. So in situation you need to write the basically real escape sequence. Real escape sequence is used to convert the code or anything else which will write in the input text field, they will convert into string type. So I cut the basically this and I write real escape MySQLi real escape sequence. In this parenthesis you need to pass two parameters. The first parameter is your connection name. My connection name is con. I will check it, guys. Connection here, this is a con variable, right? I call this variable. Then the next is I paste the code like $_post and first name, and finally you need to write the terminator sign. That's it. Copy it and paste here and change the name, name. This is a variable name, and also you need to change the basically input text field name, right? Paste it. And third is I think email. Okay, email. Copy it, paste here, and I change the basically variable name email. Copy that, paste here, and username. This is a variable name, right, guys? And this is the input text field name, username. I check it basically, guys. Okay. Now the final is password. So I write the password, and in the small word I need to write the password. Okay. Then I check the basically which character will store in the first second input text field. Which character is invalid or valid. So I write the if statement and I write the break match parenthesis, and then I use backslash sign. First I write double quotation, backslash sign, arrow sign, and dollar sign, and also backslash sign. Okay. Inside the dollar sign and arrow sign you need to write the brackets. In the brackets you need to write the which character you want to allow in the input text field. For example, I write a small z, a large z, right? And then I use, guys, the basically asterisk sign. Okay. A to Z small words and characters, and A to Z the large alphabetical or characters. After the second large parenthesis you need to write the comma, and which will used to assign the input text field. So I copy the first variable and paste here. Okay. And then I use basically R sign, just a minute, guys, R sign, but we need to copy that and paste in here. Okay. And you need to write the R sign and copy the whole code and paste here. And the second is I copy it and paste here, second variable. And another thing is, this is a basically first I use if else statement. This is a if the characters is a true, then come into this body, if body, but I use exclamatory sign and exclamatory sign. Then if body is running, if our character is not valid, so I call location header location /sign up design. This is our page name .php, and I use the basically get variable. I will create get variable to display the message. For example, I write the invalid. This is a variable name, right? Save it and write the terminator sign. Go to first copy the variable. I do not copy, basically I go to sign up form, sign up design form, and copy the basically First I write the comment. Display empty fields. Okay, and copy the whole code, paste here, and this is basically invalid characters. Okay, and I change it, I remove it basically, and go to the signup.php and copy the variable name and paste here, and change the basically please. I just write invalid characters. Okay, save it and then open the browser. I will click to sign up form and I write, for example, 00 sif 00 programmer, and I just write the email, anything else. Okay, I just check the 1 and 2nd and protect field. Okay, invalid characters, right? But I use the normal characters, then I am able to store the data in the database, right? Okay, the next step is I go to my code editor and I check the email is valid or not. In the else statement I call the if var it's called email, just a minute, filter var, inside the parentheses we need to pass two parameters. The first parameter is email variable name, and second is, first I copy the email variable name and paste here, and second is email underscore valid email, filter valid email, and I call the curly brackets and also else statement. I use same process, not if our email is not valid, then I just redirect with the home, sign up form, and paste it, and I check the basically invalid. I just write the email, this is a variable name email. Okay, and I go to sign up form and I copy the code and paste here, and then I change the basically variable, copy it, paste here, and invalid. I just write the invalid email. This is a message, right? In the else statement I just check the user available or not in the database. So first of all we write the query, this is a query variable, and I call the basically double quotation, and I use select static from my table name is, guys, just a minute, I check the table name. My table name is user system, user login. Okay, this is a user login. My table name is user login. This is a where keyword, and I check, for example, my, just a minute, I check the user name, this name, so I call this column name user name equal to double dot and double quotation, single quotation, double quotation. In the double quotation you need to write double dot sign and pass the variable like this, right? And I call the terminator sign, then I call result MySQLi query, pass two parameter con, and second is query variable. Okay, write the terminator sign, and just a minute. Then the next is I write the if statement, and I call the MySQLi I fetch associate, and I call this variable in the parentheses. If the username available in the database, okay, then I call this variable, I mean this, and I write the user, okay, and I go to my sign up form and invalid character, invalid email, and I copy the whole code and paste it, and I change the basically user invalid, okay, and I copy the variable user and paste here, and user already checking, right, save it. Okay, one more thing we need to do is after the basically header section, we need to write the exit function. Copy the exit function and paste on each after the header section, I mean function. Okay, now the next step is after the if statement, I call else statement, and then I check the basically email valid or not. Okay, so first of all I call the same process like a query, and I use basically select static from user login where email equal to single quotation, double quotation, and double dot, and the variable name, this variable name. Okay, first I check basically email. Okay, email, that's great. Okay, pass here, and you need to write the terminator sign, and then I call the same process result select, I mean MySQLi query con dot, I mean comma, and query, and I call if MySQLi fetch so, and I call result variable parenthesis curly bracket and else statement. If the user or email is available in the database, then call the function, and I change the basically variable name and go to the basically sign up form and copy the code and I go to sign up form and copy the email and paste here, and I enter the email already taken, right? In the else statement, I will store the data in the database. Before inserting the data in the database, I want to convert the password into hash tag, I mean hash password. So guys, first of all I create a variable hash equal password hash method. In the parentheses you need to pass two parameters. The first parameter is which text field or input text field name, and second is password default. So first of all I go to above and I copy the first variable, I mean password variable. In this variable will store the password, right? And copy the, I paste here, and then I write the comma and I write the password default. After using it, then we will store the encrypted password or hash password. I'll just write this. This is a variable, right? You can write any name on as you like, right? Then I use the query. Don't focus on this query, this query, this query. This is a variable. Those are basically variables, and each variable are different with different section, right? This is a basically else statement. In the else statement have a variable named query, and this variable only work on this else statement, and I use another else statement. Now you can see here in the else statement have another query variable. This is another variable. You can change the variable name. Okay, so I use the query insert into insert into your table name is user login parentheses. In the parentheses you need to write the column's name. My first column name is fname. Don't focus on the first column, I mean ID column. You just write the fname, comma lname, comma, that is email, comma, username, comma, password. Okay, let's check it. Okay, that's great. Then after the parentheses you need to write the values, parentheses, single quotation. In this single quotation you need to write, pass the variables which will get the value from input text field. The first is fname, copy it, paste it, and write the comma, lname, comma, and email, username. Those are basically variables, right guys? And final is password. I just write this hash password, this variable, because this password and this variable will store the hash sign password. Okay, I'll write the terminator sign. Now you call the result variable and call MySQLi query con. This is a connection variable, and query. If result, do not write the result, basically I just redirect with the sign up form and display the message, right? I call the header method and paste here, and I change the write the success variable, paste it, save it, and go to signup.php, copy the whole code and paste here, and I just need to change the variable success, and I write the you have successfully logged in, right? Save it, and I check one time. Okay, query. Okay, save it, open the browser and click to sign up form. First I write the Asif Ali, and I write the admin @OnlineITtuts.com, and password I write the programmer Asif, and password I write the login demo, and then I click to sign up form. You have successfully logged. Oh sorry, this is a I check it first. Okay, now you can see here this is our data has been stored in the database. First name, last name, email, and programmer, and hash sign password. But I need to change the you have successfully your data has been you have successfully signed up. Okay, and I change the success alert success it will display the green background and text. Okay, now the next process is I use, for example, same email. I can't store the value. I use same. First I check the email, right, and I write another name, for example OnlineITtuts.com, and I write the simple password, sign up, invalid email already taken. Okay, 2 message each time. Why? Because I use basically, guys, online and then I use, guys, just a minute, I change the username and try again. Invalid email and email already taken. Why? I'm able to see the invalid email. I check it, guys, invalid email. Okay, now you can see here this is a email already taken. Just a minute, I check it, guys, just a minute. Email, okay, and which message? Invalid email already taken. That's great, but why I see the invalid email? Okay, now you can see it. This is a same variable, same get variable, right? So we need to change the variable here, this variable I change it, vemail, copy it and paste here. Okay, save it and click to sign up. Write the same admin. First I check the email, right, and write the password. Email already taken, right, and then I use the another email, and I use some username, sign up, user already taken, right, guys? So this is our sign up form in the PHP, and now you can see that this is our database. Okay, so the next process is I will work on the login form. To log in the user with redirect another page, and another page I want to display the logout button, then user will click on the logout button, then user will redirect on the home page or index.php file. So guys, I go to my code editor and then I open the login design file, and I don't need it because we have successfully completed work on the sign up form. I close it and I close also this form. Okay, this is a basically login form. I just use includes / and under the include folder I create a file login.php, right? This is the output of the design login form design, this file, and this is the login form code, and this is the login form code. I will write the code to get the data from user. Okay, and I use method post. Save that and then open the another file like login.php. First of all, I write the basic syntax of PHP. First of all, I write the require once to get the connection file, connection.php. First of all, I target the button. okay, this button. If anyone user click on the button, is set $_post and button name login, copy that, paste here, curly bracket and else statement. And the else statement I call the header function location /login design.php, and I created the variable like empty, right, and write the terminator sign. I want to display the same message in the login form, so I copy the basically first I go to login form and inside the card title div, this is a closing div, and I write the same process basic PHP syntax, and I use if set $_get variable name, copy the variable name, paste here, and I create a basically message variable and assign the $_get value and paste here, and then terminator sign. Then I'll use basically PHP code closing, this is starting, now is closing, right, and I use guys div, and I send the class alert danger and text center, so, right, and inside the div I write the basic PHP syntax, and then I call the variable like message. Okay, first I write the echo, okay, save it, and then save the file, open the browser and refresh it. I click on the login, click login, okay, login, where is the login design, login header, location, login design, login design, okay, just a minute guys, just a minute. Anyone user will click on the button, then the display the basically if body code, okay, otherwise display the else code. In the else code, in the else statement, I just write the basically location and redirect with another page, a login design page. So I don't need it because I want to just redirect, right, and inside the if statement I call the if empty field, okay, $_post, I go to login design and I call the variable name, and I call the same method like this and paste here, and I copy this password. If password and username, our username is empty, then copy the basically code and paste here, and then I need to use the same process like empty, right, and this empty I have already called on here, and I just write the message. I want to display the message, please fill in the blanks, Okay, save it. And in the else statement, just check the else statement. I just write the else statement and go to browser and login, click on login. Okay, empty. What is problem, guys? Empty. Copy that. Okay, paste it, save it, refresh it. Now you can see it. Please fill in the blanks. Okay, now the next process is in the else statement. First of all, I get the value from input text field, so I call user name variable equal sign. I call MySQLi real escape string con $_post. I use same process, guys. You know, guys, I have already explained you all about real escape string function and also another features. So I use a password variable and I call MySQLi real con and $_post. The second input text field name is password. Then I use query. Before writing the query, okay, I write the query. Basically, I will write the query variable and I write the query select static from user login. This is my table name, you know, guys, and I call the second input second column name username equal single quotation double quotation double dot, and I call this variable. And I want to anyone user login with the email, so after the single quotation I use R keyword and I call this email column name. I will check it, guys. User system, user login, right? And this is the first column. I just match this column. Okay, just a minute. Username. Okay, that's great. Username. If our user name match the first input text field, the first input text field name is like this. Okay, then the next is user will login the user account and also user email. So first I assign this variable. This variable will get the username, right? If username match with the username column which available in the database, right, then the redirect with another page, and I will use another process. User will enter the personal email, then I use the email column on here and I use same process equal sign double single quotation. First I write double quotation, just a minute, single quotation double quotation dot sign. Inside the dot sign in the last I use quotation. Inside the dot sign I call the same variable. If the same, just a minute, okay, this is our query. If user login with our system using username and also email, both options available for users. Okay, now in the next step is I call result and I call MySQLi query and call con and query variable, and I call if and create a row variable and I call equal MySQLi fetch associate, and I call the result variable on it. curly bracket. In this statement I will basically get the value. So guys, first of all we will verify our password. So I write the $ and hash pass equal to password verify. In the parentheses I first assign the variable like this password, which will get basically the password variable will get the password, user password, and I use comma and I call the row variable like this, the database value available in the row variable, and I call the array and single quotation. In the single quotation I call the database password column like this column name, right? I write the password, right? Then the next step is, before writing anything else, I use else statement and call the header function like this, and I copy that and paste here, and I call invalid. I just call invalid, okay, and I just copy the code, basically this code, and paste here, and copy the variable like this and paste here, please invalid user. I just write the invalid user, okay, save it. And then I go to this section, if section, okay. First of all I write if the hash variable, hash password equal to false, it means the password not match, then they call this function and I redirect with the login form, and I want to display the message. I think just I redirect with the call the message, okay, and I call invalid password invalid, okay, and I use else if, and I call $hash pass equal to true, then come into the body. Before working on this body, I call this variable on here to display the message, okay. Copy that and paste here, and I copy the p_valid invalid password, okay. Our password will match in the input text field and also database. Then come into the else if body. In the else if body, first of all I write the session. In this session I call the variable, I define the variable, you can write any name on here. I call the each variable name which available, basically each variable I will get the each database column and store the value, store the value in the session, okay. So I call uid and assign equal sign, and I call row bracket this row, just write the row variable, and inside the bracket you need to pass the database column name id, okay, and then I copy the code and paste uname, lname. Those are session variable, right guys? Those are sessions variable. You can write any name as you like, and those are basically database column name. I will change it, don't worry, okay. And the third is email username. I change f name, okay, and I copy another and lost, and I change the password, okay. And that's final. I call the database column name password, id, fname, those are database name, okay, database column name, lname, email, and username. I think I check it, okay, id, fname, lname, email, username, password, okay, id, fname, lname, email, username, password. That's great. And I want to redirect header, location, and I want to redirect with the another page. The another page, I will create another page. I just write the page name. I call the includes. I will create the file in the include folder. I just write the folder name account.php, and I call the I create the basically get variable welcome. I just write the well, okay, and I call exit function, right? Okay guys, so first of all we will call the session start. Basically we have used session, save it, okay, and I check basically the everything is perfect. Okay, I open the login system, I'm in the login form. I'll check if I enter correct username and password, then I will redirect or not. So I write the programmer Asif and I enter the password and will add user. Okay, I check it basically guys. First I check query, select static from user login. Okay, just a minute, I'll use where username. Okay, that's great. Okay, and username, password, that's great. Okay, let's check again. Programmer Asif, and I call login, password. Okay guys, we have redirected with another page. Then another page name is account.php. So we need to create an account.php page. So inside the include folder I create a file account.php. In this file, first of all I write the basic syntax. Where is the login file? Okay, just a minute. And I call first I call require, and I call header.php. Once footer.php, I want to display the navigation and also buttons. So in the if statement I call $_session. The first session I call the session name id name. I just call this variable. Okay, this is the session variable. If session is active, okay, just a minute, I call is set. Okay, set. Then come into the if body, otherwise else body. In the f body I display the message. First I write the I just write the div close, and I display the message you have successfully logged in. Okay, and finally use terminator sign, and I will assign the classes like class display for margin top 5 text center. Okay, and otherwise I call message header function and redirect with the login design form like this. Okay, so I call the double dot login design dot php. I don't need it. Okay, and I check it basically, guys. Well, require ones header.php, footer.php, line 3, header.php. Okay, this file is out of the basically include folder. Okay, just a minute. I call dot backslash backslash save it. Login design. Why? Just a minute. I remove it. Basically, I remove it. Okay, and first I remove the another code, and I call if set $_get, and I call the get variable else. In the get body I display the message, and where is a get variable like this, and paste here. Okay, in the else statement I call the function like this, cut the function, paste here, save it, and open the browser, and I call the login demo. Okay, we have successfully logged in our account, but we can't see the message and also navigation bar and many other thing. So I check, basically I use the okay, first I remove it, is set, and remove it. Okay, refresh the browser. Session $_session if session uid. Okay guys, just a minute, I need to adjust. First I close this file and I right click it, and I just want to move this file out of the folder. Okay, first I write the basically include require ones and login header.php. First I write the header.php, and after this I call require once footer.php. Save it, open the browser, login system, login, and I use programmer, and I write the password account.php, account.php. Just a minute. Dot slash. Okay, let's check again. Okay guys, now you can see here our navigation has been appeared, but we will see, we have seen the session error. Why we have seen this session message, error message? We need to use session start in the header file. This is a header file. Okay, so I write the basically basic PHP syntax and call session start, save it, and open the browser page. Now guys, you can see you have successfully logged in, right? This is our login system. Now the another thing is I want to display the logout button on here, and when user click on the logout button, then the user will redirect with our login page or home page. So first of all, we will go to the where is the index.php file. Okay, this is our no header.php file. Okay, this is our header.php file, right? And those are our right side buttons, right? But I want to display the basically logout button. Okay, so first of all, I remove the basically I write the inside the there I write the PHP syntax, and I call the if $session and call this ID. Just write the name. Okay, you can enter any name if session is active. Okay, if is set, if session is active, right, then the display basically form. Okay, the form, and also basically I just copy the code, and after the UL tag, I mean inside the UL tag I paste the code basically, and I set up it. Okay, session is active, then I want to create a form. I write form after this because I will on action includes dot logout dot php. I will create a logout file inside the include folder, so I call the includes logout.php, and I call the method call post. Inside the form I copy the single line and paste it, right, and I change the name logout, right. Okay, I check it basically, guys. Okay, and I change the basically link. Okay, this is the link, but I don't need it. Basically I want to redirect it another page. I remove the link. Okay, I think remove, I don't need it. Basically logout, login design. Okay, allow, and I want to display the button. Just write display message. Okay, remove it and remove it. I call button logout, and I write type submit, and I call name logout. Okay, and I send classes like btn outline light. Okay, so first of all I got the code, and inside the else if body I call echo and single quotation and paste the code here. Okay, and set up it. Okay, just a minute. And the else statement I call echo single quotation terminator sign and paste the basically another code like this. Okay, save it and open the browser for the page. Now guys, you can see a logout button has been appeared, right? And I want to click on this logout button. We need to create a logout file inside the include folder. So I click include folder and create a file, logout PHP. First of all, I write the basic syntax and I click if set dollar. First I write dollar underscore post. I call logout button. Basically I have defined, first of all I call session start and call session unset, and finally session destroy. Okay, otherwise I call the else body. First I go to the logout index, where is I close another files and copy the function and close account file, go to the logout. First I paste the method and redirect with the home page / index.php. This is our home page. If anyone click on the logout button, then the redirect with the index page. Otherwise I don't like it, I just check it, okay, and save it, and up in the browser I call index.php. This is our home page. Okay, now you can see a logout button has been appeared. I click on it, I am able to redirect. See, basically I am able to see the home page, and I click on log on and I enter the basically email. This time I write the email. I redirect with another page. The another page name is account.php/val. It means this is the variable. I click on logout, I redirect with home page. So this is our complete login system. I have explained you everything you need to know. In this project I have used basically different method or different ways to design the navigation bars and many other things. If you have any other ideas, you can use the ideas, personal ideas, guys. Each developer has been using basically different method to design the different type application, so you know how to develop the application in the PHP and MySQLi. You can use your personal experience